really sure. So about a couple weeks ago, actually, this happened, but I can talk about it now because I've healed from the distress of it. It actually is not that big of a deal to me because I literally hadn't used Snapchat for probably 4 years. But I was talking to someone and they're like, oh, you should promote, one of my main incomes, right, is OF. But you're not allowed to promote it anywhere. So I don't really link it anywhere. You're not really supposed to link it anywhere. But I linked it in my Linktree. I created a Linktree so I could link it, right? So I could tell people to go to my Linktree without having to direct them, straight to an OF site, which is considered an adult site. So I was like, okay, so I would kind of give the warning. I was like, if you're 18 plus and you want spicy content, go to my Linktree to get the link. I gave the warning. I gave the not safe for work, and I thought Snapchat was like kind of pro that. I guess you could say, like, I thought it was a little more 18 plus oriented, but obviously I know the platforms that are and are not, and really the only place that I can still have my link right now is Twitter, and I heard that's gonna change too, so it is what it is. But so I got back on Snapchat specifically to promote the site, right? I was like, okay, I'll do a Linktree or whatever. I guess I could have said, like, go to my Twitter, for the link. But I guess that's still in violation. I'm not really quite sure. They sent me an email. Obviously, it got flagged. And I'm not even blaming, like, trolls or haters. Like, I'm sure, like, those are the people that reported it, which is fine, because at the end of the day, if it was breaking terms of service, or Snapchat's breaking terms of service, that's on me. It's not really on anyone. It's up to me to, like, follow, like, protocol or whatever. So, all that to say, I was on Snapchat for like 48 hours, but it was really fun, and I'm actually like really sad about it. And if anyone has any context, I wasn't making money off of it. I've never made money off Snapchat. I really just promoted stuff on there, and I thought, a friend of mine was like, oh, you can promote that site, the OF site, on Snapchat. So I thought I wasn't doing anything like wrong with it, because I used to post like really sexy content on there, like back in the day, like 2018. I was posting like the sexiest stuff on there. So I don't know what happened. I had a lot of followers on there. I don't know if you can tell like how many followers you had, but like I was getting like 100,000 views per story, and I was like, oh man. So it was kind of a bummer, but I guess all that to say, whoever this is reaching, if you guys know someone at Snapchat, if you work at Snapchat, my Snapchat was Trisha on YT. Trisha on YT. Trisha on YouTube. Are we gonna have a tingle break? I think you're playing. Let's do a little tingle break. Okay, so I still see my little bitmojis. It says Trisha on YT, and it gives me the option to remove the account, but I don't want to remove the account. But when I go log in, it says your account is currently deactivated. Would you like to reactivate it? And I click yes, but it doesn't do anything. So the saddest part about my Snapchat being banned is I can't access my bitmojis anymore. If you guys don't know what bitmojis are, I don't know if it's made by the same people of Snapchat or different people, but they're like these customized like little Hulu shows. I love the Kardashians. I love like anything like on like exclusive on like a streaming station like White Lotus on HBO Max. So good. So anyways, if you can kindly bring back Reboot, I'd be very, very happy. But we watch a ton of Hulu shows. We watched The Cleaning Lady, which I think is like on FX. We watched that on Hulu. We watch, what else? I know we watch Lopez versus Lopez on Hulu. I don't know. We watch a lot. I wish we would have discovered Hulu sooner. This is not a commercial for Hulu, by the way. In fact, this is the opposite of a commercial. I pay $65 a month for Hulu. I don't even know why I pay that much. I thought it was like the ad-free one. Well, it is ad-free for the most part, but when we watch like Married at First Sight, which is like a random show, we get like 3-minute ads. We watched something else the other day that we got a 3-minute ad, and I'm like, why? Why are we watching a 3-minute ad? What were we watching? Oh man, I can't remember. But Married at First Sight, we definitely get 3-minute ads, and we get them like every 15 minutes, and I pay $65 a month for that. And I'm like, what is going on Hulu? For $65 a month, I should be getting like premium episodes before everybody else. You know what I mean? Not ads in them. So for the most part, it's ad free, but I don't know. knowing celebrities that are from there, people talk about it, you would think, oh, it's kind of rough. And not to say that it's not. There's definitely rough areas, but there's literally rough areas everywhere. But they're really cleaning it up, specifically around my husband's building, which is really great. You know, maybe either, you know, kids, he doesn't really go there as much anymore. He was gonna like, he work out of there more, but we live so far away from it, so you know, he rents it out and stuff. But you know, maybe selling it one day, because it is like that whole area around him. He's next to a school, he's next to a sheriff's department. But on top of that, in Inglewood, they have a new stadium, Sophie Stadium, and that's where like is it the Broncos? I don't even know the LA team. Is it the Rams? I don't know. Whatever Los Angeles football team plays there, but they also have a lot of concerts there. And then the Forum is right next to it, so Inglewood's kind of popping at the moment. I think SpaceX is like right there too. You're really close to LAX. Randy's Donuts, a staple. Tingle, break 1 second. So, I'm glad that they're kind of gentrifying that. They're kind of making even mid-city LA is getting to be really nice. So that's great. And last time I was in downtown LA, they have an amazing Capital Grill restaurant down there. It didn't feel completely unsafe because you have to park across the street when you go to Capital Grill and like walk across. I didn't feel super unsafe. Like it was a good crowd down there, and it wasn't. It just felt better than it used to. I never lived down in downtown LA, but it was never right. But anyways, I did live in Hollywood, and Hollywood was magical when I lived there. And but then I moved to the Valley because it was cheaper. So like Encino, I lived in Sherman Oaks, and the Valley used to be a vibe. Once again, when I lived in Sherman Oaks, like the mall was popping. Now we go to the Sherman Oaks Mall, it's the Galleria. There's nothing there. Like all the stores are gone. Like it has like a Cheesecake Factory and like a movie theater and a Paul Mitchell school. You know, Encino too. Encino, like it's so sad. Encino